Hey guys, Jeff here with Ghost Knight Gaming, and I am here with Katie of, oh great, I already forgot it and she just told me.
Cosplay and Costume Adventures.
That one. There'll be, it'll be named up above and down below so that hopefully I'll get it right. You know the drill, guys. She's agreed to sit down with me and talk about cosplay and all that fun stuff therein. I'm going to ask her questions. She has no idea what the questions are. And maybe she'll ask me some questions at the end. So the first one I always start with is, what did you get to eat?
When did I get into cosplay?
Yes. She reads my mind.
I have been into cosplay for quite a while. Halloween was, kind of the start of it all. Was always huge into Halloween. Then I think I learned about cosplay when I was about 17. My first biggest cosplay, I guess, that I did was Salgo from Inuyasha.
Okay.
And then it just kind of skyrocketed from there. So I've been doing it over 15 years, we'll say.
Not too bad. Longer than I have. I'm kind of just been about for a while. My next question is, so what's the weirdest thing you've had to work with to make one of your cosplays?
The weirdest thing I've had. That's a good question. Well, before cosplay got big and there was all these Warbler and all these like special things that you can order online or get here, I used to have to kind of make do with like ice cream buckets. Not the easiest thing to work with to make certain things. But I have to say it was a certain type of putty that I had to work with that I tried to make silver crystal out of, actually.
Okay.
Did not work. Because it's like you had to bake it and it didn't quite, it didn't work the way that it was supposed to in my head. So I would say that's probably one of the weirdest ones that I had to work with, just because it was, well, one of those products that says it's supposed to do something and it doesn't.
Yeah, read the labels but don't always necessarily understand the results. So what helps you have confidence to wear your cosplays at conventions or at events or anything like that?
The people who go to the Comic Cons and anime conventions and all that, they're all really supportive. And so it's like to be working on something and then just being told that, yeah, you got this, or hey, maybe if you tried this, so it would give a better result and things like that. That's really where the confidence comes from, I think, is is the people that kind of boost you and give you the support to help you out.
Yeah, because I totally, for anybody that's getting into cosplay or anything like that, it's hard when you're first starting because you're trying to get into something that, sure, you totally love it, but wanting to go out there and kind of put yourself out there is sometimes the biggest challenge, other than trying to create the stuff that you're trying to create. Some people just have a natural knack for creating, but once they get to I gotta wear it in public.
Yeah, there are certain cosplays that I've made that I'm just like, maybe I'm not wearing that one out in public, so I'm not sure. One of my least favorite cosplays that I made a long time ago was Poison Ivy. And this was like years and years ago, and I recently came across it, 2017, and realized that I was like, you know what, it's actually not that bad of a cosplay. I was just extremely uncomfortable in it. And so I readjusted it and made it so I was comfortable in it, and for all intents and purposes, I felt like I rocked it.
Yeah.
I was pretty wild looking, and that was the whole point, was to be a wild, not so sane Poison Ivy. And I got a lot of compliments on that.
Well, that's good.
A lot of people coming up to me telling me that, you're the best Poison Ivy I've ever seen, which I don't even get that for Batgirl.
Yeah. My next question, Marvel or DC? Which do you prefer?
That one's tough. Because, see, I like them both, but which one do I cosplay more? I probably look at more Marvel characters than DC characters. Primarily, I always do Batgirl. That's what people kind of have known me as or have known me for. But when it comes to Marvel, I just like the costumes better. You know, Rogue, Black Widow. There's some other ones that I'm doing in there, I think, but I can't remember them all. But I mean, really, it's a mix for me. I can't really say that there's one over the other. I like them both, and I can't really choose. Don't make me.
There's somebody out there in the comments when you go, pick already. Let's see. What would you say is probably the biggest challenge of creating your costumes?
Oh, the biggest challenge. Well, I am dyslexic, so I do a lot of things backwards, and I won't realize it's backwards until after I've already put it together. And you know, there's quite a bit of cussing after that, because it's
I'd imagine, yeah.
You know, it's like you put all the work into, you know, trying to sew an arm onto a shirt that you're making, and realize that I just cut half my pattern out backwards and I ran out of fabric.
Yeah. You know what we need? We need an all 24/7 fabric delivery service. Somebody get on that. Someone out there get on that. We need a delivery service for cosplay supplies, 24/7 global.
Kind of like Skip the Dishes, but
with cosplay supplies.
Everything.
Somebody get on that, because we need this.
Well, there. Now you have a business proposal.
There we go. 24-hour cosplay while you wait. We'll see how this goes. This is a work in progress. You have any questions for me?
Well, actually, we both have tattoos.
Okay.
I was wondering how, or if you've ever needed to cover your tattoos for cosplay.
So far I haven't. I've kind of just ran with it. I haven't been too particular about worrying about it. And looking at some of the future cosplay stuff, considering most of it's in armor, I'm not too worried. But there are a couple other ones where I'm going to go, you know what, I'm just not going to worry about it. It's part of my identity, so that makes me different from the other guy cosplaying that guy. And what about you? How would you answer that?
Well, there are certain cosplays that I have coming up eventually where having a tattoo is not necessarily gonna work so well to be a Disney princess.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So I have to work on figuring out what I can use to cover up and stuff like that. I mean, it's not that, you know, I want to not show off my tattoos, but, you know, to be, you know, Cinderella or someone.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Kinda,
Any other questions?
How long have you been?
Well, officially, I did my first kind of half cosplay because I had paid for a commission for somebody, and they were able to do part of it for a convention, and that would have been about 7 years ago. Not including all the costumes that my mother did for me years ago when I was young, of which I've got to find some of the pictures for that. I've got this great one my mom did of a knight. But really going into actually and doing it, other than a couple of the closet ones I've done, probably the last 2 or 3 years for me. So doing any of the big projects, and you guys should check out my Instagram to see some of the other crazy things that's going on.
Yeah, one more, I guess.
Okay.
What's the most difficult cosplay you've had to work on?
So far, I'd actually say it would actually be Deathstroke. I haven't fully started working on him yet, but figuring out the armor and the helmet, because I'm not just doing the balaclava, I'm going with the Deathstroke helmet. So learning how to make helmets, and if anybody's seen my pictures of my Link armored helmet that I worked on, that's a lot of where that came in, working on that kind of stuff. So that's been the challenge, is basically taking from picture to paper to costume, I think. And Deathstroke would be that big one that's basically gone, you must figure this out, or or else. But having actually worked on, I think, definitely Link, my armored Link, because I was pretty much learning how to do a bunch of stuff from scratch. Making leg armor, making a shield, planning out a sword, doing a helmet, like actually full on working on the helmet. It took me forever and several failed attempts to get that one figured out, and then actually working on the breastplate and starting to add the other armor pieces to it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed checking this out. I will have links for her stuff down below. There will be some pictures at the end of some of her stuff she's done. So make sure you go give her a follow, a like, the usual thing. And be sure to come back to see more interviews like this. Subscribe to my channel so you can see more of this stuff. And I will see you guys again next time. Have fun. Keep gaming.